we were able to cut the front plate and fill the holes in that they left in. I ordered there's a mid plate for the back of the Power Glide that's just like this, so I feel more comfortable having the tranny it'll help me get the coupler and everything set for over there. Just picked up this thing, which is the clamping kit for the Bridgeport. I got collets in the box over there, and then I have this plate here. So I did the first one. Basically, you see the T-slots in the Bridgeport that lines up with it. This is going to be the base, and then I thought this vise opened up to 6 inches, but I guess that's only the Curt ones. So these are 6 inches. They're not gonna. I gotta figure out. I'm probably gonna have to pull the vise off, use the clamping kit to do what I have to do. But these are gonna go vertically right in the center of these. This will bolt to the table. That'll be welded, and then those will have the holes to go right in here on the axle housing flanges, so I can then re-drill my holes for the third member. Give you a quick rundown on the Bridgeport. So I have my edge finder. It's 100 thousandths in here. I did my math on the first one. It took me a little longer, but I go 1.5 inches in. I'm 9/36.5 in. We're gonna edge find a hole, center drill. I just stuck my drills up and ream it. I didn't have an actual 1/2 inch reamer. I got a 510, so close enough. 10 thousandths ain't gonna make or break nothing. So let me set this up and we'll go through this. Alright, so I'll use the edge finder to get on center on the edge of the part on this side. Put it directly in the middle. And then for the rest of it, I'm just going to do a time lapse, and then we'll move on to other stuff. So let's get going with this. It's probably going to be loud. We're at slow speed right now. This phase converter isn't that great. I'm looking at other options. So, stop wobbling. And when you go in, it's going to wobble again. And that's how you know we found our edge, the center of our edge right there. So that's good. These might come in all different thicknesses. I don't know. I've been using this one for the last almost 20 years. So I know that's 200 thousandths. So we're going to take that out. Come over here and set our dial. And we're going to go 100 in. Set the dial back to 0, and that's pretty much it. Now I go my 500 in. I already did this from the previous piece, so I don't have to worry about doing that again. So I'm gonna put it on time lapse, get this done. Alright, so we got these drilled. So this table's 42 inches edge to edge. My axle housings are 45 inches, so I'm gonna have to hang them off over here with a T-nut. And once I get everything in place, I'll measure and mark where these plates are going to end up going. They're going to end up welding them somewhere in this area. And then, if I can point the camera the right way, we're going to be welding them somewhere here. So that's going to hold them. I'm going to drop the table as far down as it'll go. And then we should be able to drill these out. I mean, if I can't use the truck, if we need more room, then we'll use a collet. So we have the other plates in here. I had to take my vise off because it doesn't open big enough. Use the hold downs. The whole kit here I got off Amazon. I'll wait for this piece of shit bike to go by. Got the parallels too. I mean, parallels seem alright. The box is shit. I thought this was steel. It's plastic, but whatever. Get what you pay for. No big deal. It works. So I'm not gonna go through everything again. I'm just gonna edge find, and I'll pop the holes in, and we'll come back when I get both of them done. Finished up milling out this spot. It took a little while, but that spot milled out is so it fits in here when I put it on. It, like I said, took a little while. So this one, I think I'm gonna just plunge mill down in the corners and, you know, get it over, and then use a cutoff and cut most of it away, and then just go in and clean it back up with the end mill, and then I think that'll be a lot faster instead of wasting my time. Got the other plate finished. Definitely was a lot faster using a cutoff wheel. So now we're gonna take a minute from that, and I'm gonna open up this right here, the clear on the tranny. Alright, got the plate machined, sitting in there. I'm gonna have to add some tubes right in the center of that X and bring it up, and a plate off of it, and that'll all bolt together. Gotta get some longer bolts so I can put the lock washers on, but that'll be pretty much all set. That'll make me feel a little better, because this thing has to, you gotta have some slop back and forth so that thing can move around if it needs to, coupler. So I also just picked up a little bandsaw here for pretty cheap right in town, so that'll help. So let's get back to these axle housing fixtures. I just gotta clean the plate up, get all this mill scale off, clean all the Dykem off, and get these welded on. I gotta go an inch in, and we should be good to go. So we got the fixtures made up, and gotta get that up here. Table's all the way down, so it's not too bad. I'm trying to see if I can get a buddy over to help me pick it up, and just throw it in there. If not, I'll have to get the engine hoist out. Well, everything worked out. I left it on overnight just to make sure that everything's good. So the next thing I need to do, I haven't been able to find the actual bolt pattern here. So I'm gonna grab my extra, I got like 2 extra empty third members. I think it was this one that we used. Yeah, see, got like a bushing that we made in there. Got the other one right there. We take 2-inch DOM, and we're able to put it through all the way and get this thing clocked the right way. So I'll probably have to do that. I have to measure the hole on the third member itself and do maybe a gauge pin or make a pin or something. That way I can bring this down directly where it needs to be and drill it. So these were done by hand with a hand drill, not the most accurate way, so I'm just gonna do what I gotta do to fix this and make it plenty strong. So, and there's a couple other things I gotta do. I wanna fill in some welds and have everything nice and smooth, and we get all the slag and shit off of this and clean it up, make it look nice, halfway decent anyways. It's just gonna get smashed into the ground and everything else. So it's kind of hard to see, but there's some marker right in there. Maybe a little bit of light. I can't really see it. Anyways, so it's off like 30 thousandths, 40 thousandths. So I got this end mill is like 590. These holes are originally 1/2 inch, drilled for 1/2 inch and tapped 1/2 inch 13. So obviously I can't drill that out because the drill is going to follow the hole. So I have to end mill down through the first flange here, because there's 2 of them. There's one here, and then I think there's another from, there's another from the actual face of the housing. So we'll end mill it, we'll plunge mill it down to the flat, and then I can go in with a center drill, and then we can drill it out, and then ream it, and then put our threaded inserts in, which there's about 1/2 to 1,000th of press fit. I didn't want a ton. I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna tack inside just one spot so it keeps it from spinning. That way, if I ever gotta take it out, cut the tack, bang it out, put a new one in, retack it. Okay, it's been a little while. It's the week after Thanksgiving. I still got this axle housing up here. I milled one hole, but screwing around, I put the blower and the hat back on. We have 4-link bars made. The lowers, unfortunately, I got to cut the brackets off. I'm gonna offset them a 1/2 inch this way from the cradle, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the uppers like real close together because of the oil pan in the back. So taking the bottoms and angling them out, kind of like I know Tom Mentz ran his really wide out, but it should help the axle from going like this. So we'll cross that bridge when I get there. But yeah, these got to get cut off. I'm gonna clean up all the slag and everything, and we're gonna do really nice cover passes and weave everything, make it look pretty. And then I have to get a time cert kit and thread these top 3 holes on all 4 corners, and then get the champagnes off the rest of them, machine those to fit in here, which I'll get into that later. But and then once we get champagnes on it, I can get shock mounts made and all the 4-link done, and at least get it on blocks and get it off these damn jack stands so I can use that in the truck out there. So the other thing is, I've been playing around a little bit. I got an ISP seat, bought it from a coworker. It fits. It definitely, I'm gonna put more foam in it, and I'm gonna see about chopping this down, moving this stuff over to make it look symmetrical, and so I could see. But steering wheel, column, orbital, got the mount. I'm going to make another piece of tube that comes around and supports the front of the steering shaft. So, and I picked up some aluminum over there. We're going to use it on the outboards. And then I got, because it's like 188 3/16, and I got quarter that's going to go in the middle. And then I can make the seat mount. It's got to go up about 2 inches higher, I think, and then that'll be all good. But a little progress, better than none. So get back to drilling this thing out. I don't know how much time has gone by. This whole video is being dragged out, but as you can see, no housing in the Bridgeport is right here. Last night I tacked up some shock mounts. I still have to modify and add a couple things, but I used Big Certs for the bolt pattern, 3rd member bolt pattern, because I lost the push-in inserts that I originally made, like for the front that I did. This is rusted up now, but I'm just gonna swap the front over also, so I'll have to pull that back out. But for now, I can move on. I got the champagne bolted to it. Unfortunately, the 3 top bolts right there, which I just put studs in for now to do what I had to do. I have to drill and tap those and put Big Certs in, and then that'll solve pretty much all the axle issues that I have and know of right now. 4-link bars. I robbed a couple from the front, the 4 that I made. I gotta make new tabs for the uppers, which are gonna be angled forward more, but that'll be no problem. I may have to shorten the bars, and if I do, I'm probably gonna use all these that I made for the lower and make new uppers. Pretty much it when it comes to that. I started taking a corner apart. I got another champagne off. Just learned that, and I never paid attention, these are Rizeppa style joints, and this one is blown apart. Pieces all over the place. The axle shaft had pulled out on this one, and I didn't know why. I thought the little clip that held it in place was broken, so not 100% familiar with these. So I'll pull them apart. I think I found another. I gotta see how much SCS makes these for. I don't know, because this is a 1-piece stub axle with the housing. Money. That's all it is. So I'm gonna clean this one up, I think, today. Try to get those out tonight. That way I can at least get all 4 corners on and get all the shock mounts tacked up and take some measurements for some gussets and stuff. I gotta raise the front of the truck up a little, because now we're actually on bump stops right now. This is full compression. This is the lowest it's gonna be towards the axle, unless something breaks. So naturally, the one I tried and recorded me taking apart, the kingpin stuck in there. It's not really stuck, it's just lost its press fit to the cap, so I don't have anything big enough to really grab. There's a bearing on the other side that's what these pockets are for. You got a race in there, so if I take the axle shaft out, it'd be fine. I can move it over enough, but now I gotta flip the whole thing. I'll come back when I get it off. Well, that was a pain in the ass. I had tacked the cap to the kingpin, and it was a good weld on both of them because it broke little pieces of the kingpin away. It's no big deal, but I ended up tapping the grease fitting hole, the 3/8/16, putting a bolt in, drilled a plate, hole in the plate, and kind of I got it out that way. But man, that was a pain in the ass. So now, you know, we got some good light in there. These things are full of grease. So that's a big goddamn mess. I gotta clean everything as we go. I have one apart that I took apart like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago now. But this video has been dragged out since August of 23 with these axle housings. It's just, I know what I have to do. It's just figuring everything out for the first time, and unexpected issues, and I just don't have time. Between the kids and the job, I'm just killing myself, but you know, making progress here at least. So I'm gonna stop the video here and get something put up, because it's been a while since at least World Finals for monster trucks in July. So we're gonna get these cleaned up. I may send them out to get hot tanked, because that's kind of what I did with that one. But I'll get the heavy shit off, and then we'll come back and we'll go with the shock mounts. I'll go through that, and I gotta get a couple gussets and stuff and get them bolted to the back of the axle, or on this, yeah, the back side of the shock mount onto the axle. But I'm just gonna leave it there for now. So sorry these videos are taking so long for the people that actually watch what I'm doing, but I'm trying.